everybody.
Welcome back to
Joining Jacobs.
We are so excited to have you here. We are doing another
Jacob Jabble.
So we are so excited. We asked you guys to put in some questions about couples, and since it is Valentine's Day.
That's right. You know, the Lover's Day. Oh, beautiful.
We thought this would be a great day to do this. So, you ready to go?
Let's do it.
Since it's Valentine's Day, we're going to be talking about love in our Jacob Jabble. An overwhelming amount of people have asked, is it true? When you know, you know? Or how do you know when you found your significant other?
That's true. So many people
want to know that.
So many of you guys want to know, do you know when it's the one? Is it the one? First, like love at first sight? Do you know you know? And Rach, what do you think?
Okay, so I wouldn't say like
love at first sight?
No.
No. I love her so much, more than the world, but it wasn't that way for us.
No.
We had both been hurt a lot before each other, so that wasn't an option on the table. We were not going to let ourselves fall into something if we weren't sure, without a shadow of a doubt, that they were the one. So now it comes down to how do you know? Exactly.
I had been in a lot of just kind of like bad luck relationships.
To say the least.
Yeah. And so I was running with my best friends and I was like, they're asking me like, how do you feel about this? Do you think he's the one? And I was talking to them and I was like, I asked God just to give me supernatural peace if he's the one. Or if he's not, give me like every single red flag, like make me nervous, make me anxious, make me not feel comfortable around him. And I always felt comfortable around Jordan. He made me feel just like at such peace all the time. It just made me like love life. He's so fun. So how'd you know?
How did I know?
Also, huge disclaimer, I almost freaked. Jordan was like, the next girl I date, I'm gonna marry. And I was like, what? I am not ready for that kind of commitment, but
yeah, no, I did tell her that, like, even before we started dating, we were just, like, talking to each other, hanging out, and I was like, look, the next girl I date, I'm gonna marry, and that's that. And little did you know, the next girl I dated, I'm married, waifu for lifeu, see the ring, it's proof. My thing was, I fell in love very quickly. My love language is physical touch, so I knew if I started with that, I would fall in love regardless of whether I loved them for who they were or whatever. And so when I came to Rachel, I was done with all that kind of stuff. So I said, I'm not gonna kiss her, I'm not gonna hug her, I'm literally just gonna date her. She didn't even think I liked her, she didn't know how I felt about her. She was like, is he just like a friend? Does he want to go for her? And I was like, yeah, I do. I wanted to love her for who she was before I just fell in love with, kissing and all the other kind of stuff that comes in a relationship. I'm a physical person. This makes me feel so loved. And so I wanted to love her for who she was before I got all the sweets and all the hugs. Yeah. What is our next question, babe? Ooh.
Pros and cons of marrying young.
Oh, can I start with this?
Sure.
I want to start with this. Biggest pro, being married young. So I got married at 20. She was 21. I know, little babies. But getting married young is literally the best thing ever. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. But what I can say is we have so many years to travel the world, have so much fun, just get to enjoy each other before children, before our life gets too chaotic. We get to enjoy each other so many more years before we start that next step. Where some couples might start it and they might start their life maybe at 26, 27, and then they instantly have kids and they don't get that time together where they just get to be with each other, love on each other, and build that relationship and foundation with each other before starting a family and continuing moving on. So I love being married young. It's not easy, but I think the pros way blow out the cons. I don't know. I think they do.
A con, been a con for us because we haven't had to deal with this problem, but probably for a lot of people who do get married young, it could be financially hard.
Yeah.
We both went to school and we were blessed by having free schooling. We were blessed by just a ton of
the jobs
things
that opened up, because when we
Yes.
got married, I hadn't finished college, and so I was working
Definitely,
full-time and doing full-time schooling to pay the bills while finishing out school so I could get a degree. And so yeah, is it hard? Yeah, and that's part of the con, is it's hard nowadays to get married young.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think the pros outweigh
It
that.
most definitely does. And we were fortunate enough to not have a lot of financial struggles.
Yeah, we've been blessed.
We've been very blessed. And so everyone's relationship is so different. Everyone takes such different paths. Luckily for Jordan and I, like, we've had a lot of blessings. And we're both very easygoing people.
Yeah, we are. We're like
we never
super
fight.
easygoing.
Like, the hardest thing is like, what do you want for dinner? I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's the hardest
Seriously,
question.
Jordan, you
Honestly,
can't think of anything.
this is the hardest question of our marriage. What's for dinner? So, next question is how to set boundaries and follow them. Rach, I'm gonna let you take this one on.
Number one, set individual boundaries for yourself.
Yes.
That is my biggest
Great
tip. You need to know what your boundaries are, what makes you struggle, and like simply set things like, okay, I'm not going to say goodbye for more than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Or I'm not going to text past 9 or 10 p.m. Nothing good happens after 10 p.m. Go to bed. You know yourself better than anyone else does. Set your own personal boundaries. You don't need someone to tell you what your boundaries are. You know them. After you've set your individual boundaries, when you go out on a date with someone and they don't match up and they're trying to push your individual boundaries before you've even told them your boundaries, that's a red flag. Cut it. Say everything's going great, you're together, it's good. You're like, I think I'm actually going to pursue something with this person. Set the boundaries then. Set them, talk with each other, just say, hey, these are my personal boundaries. You
so
might
that
not need to disclose all of
don't
them.
even get near the boundaries. That's another thing, is when you tell someone your boundaries, you are entrusting them to respect you, to obey and follow your boundaries. And that's a new step of respect and trust.
Yeah.
You're trusting them with your boundaries, saying, this is where I'm at. I'm trusting that you won't go near them, that you won't try those. And that builds trust in the relationship, and it builds respect, and it builds honor between each other. And so I think it's a great thing when you get to that moment where you can share your boundaries. But like Rachel said, you need to start off with some.
Yep. On to the next question.
There we go.
Was it really expensive to have a wedding?
Yeah, it's expensive.
And I mean, okay, it all depends on your taste.
Yeah.
And like, you can get married cheap.
You can, but there's also, like, with new weddings, nowadays weddings, everybody's trying to outdo each other, and the standard for weddings continually goes up and up and up.
The average cost for weddings is like $20,000.
And so it keeps going up and up and up, and it's gonna keep going up and up and up. But there are ways that you can make it cheaper.
Yeah.
And there's ways that you can
DIY.
And then prioritize what you want in your wedding. This will not only make it cheaper, but it will show you what you really want, what you're looking for. So like, one thing that one of the only things I wanted was a good photographer and a good videographer. The rest of the details, I could have cared less about. I was like, Rach, this is your big day, your wedding, you've been dreaming of it since you're a kid. I just want to get married to you. That's all I want. I just want to get married. That's it. That's all I wanted. I got it.
Yes, some things are very expensive.
Yeah.
Catering, your photographer, your dress, your veil. Stupid expensive. So freaking stupid expensive. It's a piece of tool and it costs like $500 just because they know you're gonna pay it.
Cheap doesn't mean bad. It just means you're prioritizing what you want.
And you might be saving that money instead of blowing it on the wedding for an awesome honeymoon.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, absolutely.
It's all just where you want to prioritize. Okay, what do you love or hate about marriage?
I love living with my best friend. There's nothing to hate about marriage.
It's not that I hate marriage, it's that I hate being an adult.
Yes, I agree 100%. Being an adult sometimes sucks.
Like, I don't hate it, but I hate coming home and cooking.
It's
or
like we're
I
not even
hate
just cooking,
coming
it's
and
the
cleaning
cleaning.
bathrooms.
It's like cleaning. It's like you gotta clean the bathrooms, you gotta do the laundry, you gotta clean the house. Because you're no longer like.
Oh my gosh.
Now
Mom's
you are.
not there.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not just marriage. I guess that's more of like being an adult. Because if you were single, living on your
You'd have
own,
to do it
you
anyway.
still have to do it anyway.
At least you can split the chores this way.
Yes. We only hate being adults.
Yes.
We love marriage.
We love being married.
Marriage is
hate
great.
being adults.
Yeah, 100%. Next question is healthy tips on how to make a relationship work.
Number one tip to all of my little ones out there: you don't have to fight.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Why do so many people feel like they have to fight?
I don't know why you think that a healthy relationship equals fighting. That's not it.
Yeah. No. What is the?
My degree is in psychology.
Social,
ding, 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 ding. Not it.
Yeah. What social standard has said like, oh, it's okay. You should fight in relationships. That's healthy.
No.
It's wrong. Marriage and every relationship can be so much fun, so much happy, so much joy, so much respect and peace. And that's what me and Rachel have experienced. And like no fighting whatsoever. It's not a thing. It doesn't have to be.
And it's not that we live this perfect little life.
No, we have struggles.
We walked through a very hard year together.
Yeah.
And our marriage didn't suffer. We both had problems and like hard times individually, but we didn't let that affect our marriage.
If anything, our marriage is what kept us going. Honestly.
Communicate, communicate, communicate.
Yes. That's like the number one thing for marriage is
talk about it.
Communication. That's it.
Yeah.
Communication. Talk about everything. Every.
There's no reason not to.
No reason not
for
to.
any relationship, communicate, communicate, communicate.
Yes.
Bottom line. So, what is the most valuable thing you've learned from your significant other?
Oh, I think I know what Rich is gonna say about me. Say it. Go for it. Go for it.
Okay, so the most valuable thing that my husband has taught me is to be still.
Yeah, to relax.
Yeah, I'm like, go. I have my list made for the whole week of everything that's supposed to happen. I'm very like, okay, like, let's get this stuff done. We need to. And Jordan's very like,
let's just chill.
like be present, be in the moment. Don't plan like for tomorrow. Just be here.
Yeah, seriously.
And that's who Jordan is, and that's
live
such
today.
a good thing because I feel like we're in such a fast-paced society. Like if you're always living for tomorrow, you're not gonna have today.
Exactly.
So,
and Rachel's a big planner, so she's always planning things out. Like, all right, we need to be doing this, and we need to be doing this. We need to look at this, and then how about this, and I'm just like, let's just live today, right now. Like, let's worry about that some other time. But let's live today. Cause
so what have you learned from me?
Well, I've learned the opposite because I put the pro in procrastination. I am the one who will wait last minute or will forget. And so what she's taught me is she has a list literally for everything. Like if you go through her phone, she has lists for every day of the week. Like just for homework for this week, she's already got a whole list of her homework for every single day. And like then what she's gonna do and what we're gonna eat. And she has all this stuff planned out. But what that allows us to do is when we come to forgetting, and it's like, oh, I think we're supposed to do something today. We just look it up and we know, okay, let's do this and then this. And again, that's communication mixed with the planning. And then once we get it done, then I come in with the, all right, it's done. Let's relax. Let's sit on the couch and watch some like Netflix. We really do balance each other out. We really do complement each other because her side gets both of us to get what we need to get done, and my side allows us to relax and rest in the moments that we have free. So, yeah, I think that there's so much you can learn from a relationship, from a marriage, from another person.
Yeah.
And that's another thing about dating is sometimes you need to learn from dating. Rachel learned a lot from her bad experiences dating. I learned a lot from my bad experiences dating, but we both learned. Experience is learning.
Always learn.
Yeah, and so then it came to the point where when we met each other, we learned from our past what we wanted and what we didn't want. And so it's honestly, you just live it and you discover what do I need in my life for a spouse? What do I need in my life for a marriage? And once you find it, you get married to it and you never let it go. And then you get a baby.
If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button
right over here.
And if you want us to watch more of our videos, you can find them right over here. again, if you want to follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, and then
right
send in
up
your
here.
questions.
Yes.
Right up here is where you want to look. And so, happy Valentine's
Yes.
Day, and thank you again so much for
Joining
Jacobs.
Jacobs.